$198 on the day, guys. Only 10:30 a.m. Just entered some Nvidia puts here to the downside. 7% gains off some Nvidia puts to the downside, and we're still in them. I like to wait for the market to pick a direction and I catch the momentum. I like to follow the trend. The trend is your friend. I don't care about catching reversals. This is what our new trading setup looks like. Every single day when we trade, we come to the market understanding that we got to do better than what we did the day before. When I take my first trade, it's a couple hours into the market. Morning and welcome back. Happy New Year's. New setup, new me. Let's get into it, guys. Last day of the year, December 31st, Tuesday. Last trading day of the year as well. Let's go out with a bang. But guys, we finally got our dual monitor systems running. It took us quite some time to get the second one running. You guys have no idea. I've had this monitor since last Thursday, and it took me a long time to get the right monitor or right modem right here, which I had to go through like literally 4 of them. I mean, this is the 5th one and it finally works. So we finally got it to work. I love this setup. Let me just, this is what our new trading setup looks like. POV. We got a dual monitor system going on. We got our Discord in the middle, very much needed because I used to have these two combined in one and had to flip back and forth. But now I can have my active trader here, my Discord there, and then I got all my streams here, all 6 charts plus 4, which is S&P 500, just many different time frames. Now market is kind of dropping here pretty nicely. We got a new desk, a lot longer desk, way bigger than my last one, a lot more leg room. I love it. Also, I can put my phone right here in the middle and record myself, so I love it, guys. This setup is amazing. I'm very blessed, very appreciative, and I cannot wait for 2025 with this setup right here. I want to go out with a bang and the last day of the year with a nice trade. Just entered some Nvidia puts here to the downside. We're currently down, we're in 2 of these bad boys, so we're currently down 8%, which is $36. Bought in the money contracts. My stop loss is right at that resistance area. Now the reason why I entered is because I'm just trying to follow trend. Broke below the support. Here we are kind of retesting this general area, but currently got a really bad entry. So stop loss is around 10%, maybe even 15-12%, because currently I'm at 10% and we're almost hitting stop loss. Rejected my stop loss, which is perfect, and now we're finally about to hit profits here real soon. To be honest, it might even hit right now as we speak. But this is what it looks like on the 15-minute, guys. 15-minute time frame rejected at 9 EMA, and we're about to close here in 2 minutes. So that's very perfect. That's what we need, and we're currently at break even now, guys. So 5 minutes, nice rejection. A better entry definitely would have been there because that's honestly the break and reset strategy. So I guess you could say I entered in a little bit too early, but I'm gonna do my absolute best to try to hold for more. So at one point I was down 10%, which means I needed to hold longer than collecting for a 10% gain. So I cannot just collect for a 10% gain because I was down 10%. I would have probably sold at like 12% losses. So what I need to do is hold this one for about 15, 20-ish, 30-ish% for this to be a nice trade. First price target hit on Nvidia, which is 12% on Nvidia. So there we fucking go. 13% off Nvidia calls or off Nvidia puts. Sold one, and we're gonna keep one of Nvidia puts to the downside. We hit our first price target, so I decided to sell one, and we're gonna do our absolute best to hold to the second price target. Now market does look amazing, guys. 7% gains off some Nvidia puts to the downside, and we're still in them, guys. We're gonna shoot for a second price target, which is 134. That's what we're shooting for, guys. Things are up nicely, man. About to hit 30% here real soon, which is crazy. I'm impressed, guys. These trades are going real nice. Guys, we just sold out their last one, $100 a day, $98 a day off this trade. Now, we are almost a price target, 40 cents away, but to be honest, man, let's just close out there, call it good. Very good trade on our end. We fucking printed, man. This is the trade that I caught on Nvidia. I'm gonna show you guys my orders. You guys can see here, it is not a screenshot. And here is how much I'm up on the day. Currently up just $98 off a single trade. And let's break down the trade and show you guys why I even entered. So I entered at 9:01 a.m. You guys can see there, $2.19 a piece, and I sold one at $2.46 and the last one at $2.90. Almost 40 minutes later, 38 minutes later. Here's what it looks like on the chart. Now I'm going to switch over to the 15-minute time frame here soon, because on the 5 minutes is not the reason why I entered. On the 15-minute time frame, we lost this support level. You can see here we bounce here. So any break of a support level that gets bounced on, to me, is like as soon as we break down below it, there's no way we're gonna, if we bounce once in the intraday market and then we break below it, there's no way that if it breaks below that out of nowhere, and if it does, I'll just cut it. But if it bounces back above, then I'll just cut it. Now in this case, I could have entered here on an aggressive entry, because as soon as you get a candle close below support, aggressive entry there, maybe could have got paid off of this candle, and if you were holding, you would have had to hold to that pullback. Or I can do the break and retest strategy, which in this case, The break and retest strategy is what I entered on. Now I did enter a little bit early. I entered on this candle still, but the reason why I entered a little bit early is because, the reason why I even entered in general is because I entered based off of this wick right here. You see, I thought we were just gonna retest this general area on this wick and just continue on down, which on the 15-minute time frame it looks like that. But when you go on the 5 minutes, it doesn't look like that. Which is why I like watching higher time frames, because there's no fake outs on the higher time frame. I mean, there is, but it's less of a fake out. Now you can see I entered here on this candle on the 15-minute, on the 5 minutes is what it looks like on the 5 minutes. As soon as I entered, it literally pulled up to negative 13%, which is my stop loss. No 5-minute candle closes above. Now, I just told you, if we do start to get a close above, if the market started to go back above, price action started to get above here, I would just sell it for a loss of 13, 15%. But I collected a nice 33%. And the reason why I did is because as soon as we rejected my stop loss and this resistance level, so this would have been a better entry at a nice break and retest strategy way up here instead of down here. But that's my fault. Lesson learned. I actually have some patience to wait. I just didn't expect for us to actually climb back above, but we did. Nice reject candle. Maybe should have entered one more here. Ultimately, we just sell off, and that's where I collect a nice 33%, guys. Very good trade on my end. Very glad I did that. I don't think I'm going to enter anything else because look at this. I have no other setups. Well, that is a crazy ass candle. What just happened, guys? Now, the only thing I probably do plan on trading, if I do trade anything, is some cheap SPX contracts towards the end of the day. And I'm talking about like risking only half of what I made today, probably about $50. Exactly what I said I would do. And I did trade some SPX. Now I'm up a nice $198 on the day, guys. Only 10:30 a.m. 4 hours into the market. And I caught some nice SPX puts here. When I entered, guys, it didn't even pull up. So as soon as I saw this thing pull up, wake up to the upside, as soon as it pulled down, I entered. Now these are my contracts. I got in for a 2-minute trade. I got in at 10:18 a.m. got it for $220 a piece, sold the last one, sold it at $320 a piece. Guys, quick in and out trade. Don't want to risk what I just made. Wrapping it up here. Nice $198 here, guys. Wrapping up 2024 with a $198 trade. Getting a lot better, managing to hold a lot better. Now this trade was a nice 45% return. I sent a screenshot to the gang. 45% return at $198. And that's exactly what we got. Here are orders. If you don't believe me, of course, we're always very transparent with you guys, but caught a nice trade. Let's wrap it up. Have a good one. Happy New Year's. I hope you guys understand this too. Every single day when we trade, we come to the market understanding that we got to do better than what we did the day before. So if your issue is holding less or selling a little bit too early, then tell yourself on the next trade you just need to hold a little bit longer. Tell yourself on the next trade that next time you take a trade, you're going to hold a little bit longer. You guys saw me, and you guys can go back in my videos because I've done this live every single day. I told you guys, oh, I did it again. I messed up. I didn't hold. Oh, I did it again. And then what did happen? I told you guys I'm going to do my absolute best on the next one to hold. And every single day was a progression towards that goal. And I made that goal. I mean, I had weeks where I would collect 30% every single day, and I had the same following week, the next week. 30% gain, 40% gain, 50% gain, 60% gain. So market is in weird conditions towards the end of December. So right now I'm kind of scalping a little bit. I'm kind of entering in and out. I'm not calling out no signals because I don't want to call out any bad trades. Also, what I found out too, guys, it might just be me. I'm not sure. It might be a lot of people. A lot of people talk about how opening market has the most volume and it's very volatile, which is very true. Opening has the most movement, I mean, for the most part. At open, if you can catch the right movement, of course you can make some bangers. Well, what I've learned is I like to actually let the market move for, honestly, on average, when I take my first trade, it's a couple hours into the market. It's when the market already had been open for a couple hours. It's what I'm noticing. And it's been like that for months. I mean, you guys can see it on my own vlogs. Every single day that I post a trade, it's not the first 15 minutes. There's been times where I've traded the first 9 minutes, like the other day, which I wish I would have made a video, but I was laying in bed and I made $250 just laying in bed. First 9 minutes of the market being open, traded some SPX puts and printed. Average, all my biggest, best winning trades are usually when it's hours after the market opens. Like today, it's been 3 hours since the market's been open. And I took my first trade 3 hours later at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., at 9 a.m. So 2.5 hours later. I like to wait for the market to pick a direction and I catch the momentum. I like to follow the trend. The trend is your friend. I don't care about catching reversals. Now, when I first started trading, I used to try to catch reversals. I used to try to be right. I used to try to be the person that would say, look, the market's gonna reverse here. I'm in some puts, I'm in some calls. But what I've learned is I actually lost most of my money doing that. And I make most of my money following the market trend, just entering in on pullbacks, entering in on a break and retest strategy, which is by far my favorite strategy and it's been paying me the most. So with all that being said, guys, whole point of what I'm saying is because you gotta find out what works best for you. When you first start trading, of course, it's gonna look a little bit weird, too much stuff. It looks a little bit complex, complicated, but over time you can nail it down to you can simplify it down to a very small strategy for yourself. Now I love the break and retest strategy, and I like to run the 9 and 21 EMA, and that's it. Call it good. Just read the volume, read the support and resistance levels, and take breakout trades on a break and retest. It's very simple. I don't need to use Bollinger Bands. I don't need to use fair value gaps or any of these things. Now, I'm not saying none of those stuff don't work, because best believe I have a lot of Forex traders and futures traders in my Discord, a lot of ICT type traders in my Discord, and it works. Fair value gaps do work. It's just doesn't work for me. It's not something that I look for. I like to read candles. I like to read volume. I like to read price action, which of course everybody does too. But I just very like to simplify it, take very simple breakout trades, enter in on a retest, call it good. Risk reward ratio needs to be solid to where your wins are always consistently bigger than your losses no matter what, which is the level that we're at now. Thank God. It took years, to be very honest. It took years to get to this point. It's not something you can't just, in trading, you cannot just pick it up. When it comes to trading, you cannot just pick up trading and expect to be great the first month. Now, there are exceptions. There are some people that have been 7 months into the game and they've been killing it, but it just depends on you. You cannot just sit here, pick up trading one day out of the week and expect to learn one time out of the week and expect to make money. You got to be actively learning. You got to be actively in the charts every single day, and only the most eager learners are the ones that are winning. And I was one of those eager learners. Now, it took me over 2 years to become profitable, and the third year is where I figured out the strong strategy for myself, and now I'm coming on to my 4th year, and it has been amazing, guys. So hope to see you guys in the Discord. Just remember, it's free. I combined both Discords into one. Now I just have one big major, over 215 members in my Discord, and I hope to see you guys, and I hope you guys are becoming one of those people. Trade every single day, talk about trading stuff every single day, talk about trade ideas. And if you guys need any extra help, best believe, reach out to me and I'll help you guys out. So I hope to see you guys in there. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Have a happy New Year's. Appreciate you guys. I took this account from 0 subscribers to 800 very quickly. Maybe I'll show you guys that here on the next video. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Let's keep killing it. Let's keep trading. Let's run up these numbers and let's become financially free, guys.